mtu msaliti ni petro sheria mna kwao wazimu pia na hao furaha sio mfano ukabila ndio kwao hapo shafika kweli na hakika kadiri na shika furaha kwa lahiki ndio mashabiki maji kuziki mimi na fiki hit na dhiki muda mna wiki mimi na himziki split ni muki kutafuta ziki kwa makini polisi na chima na sili filmi
I was just like many of you. I was born, or rather, the religion called Christianity was forced upon me at birth, just like many of you. I was converted to Islam. And during my conversion to Islam, I was introduced to a lot of Afrocentric pro-black teachings. And so it's not like I'm foreign. I understand your thinking. I understand where you're coming from. I was just like you. However, the difference between myself and many of you is that you don't go beyond what you're taught. You don't reach out. Your frame of thought is always rigid. You grab onto something like it is really the truth, and that is where we make our mistakes. Because what we believe is true today might not be true tomorrow. We have been living, as they say in religious texts, we've been living in darkness for a long, long time, and we're trying to find our way out of that darkness. So, within recent times, I have truly thought about this "we are African" thing. And what really got me to start examining this "we are all African" and the transatlantic slave trade story and all these different things that we have been taught, not only in Afrocentric pro-black teachings, but also the devil. Y'all call the Caucasian people devils. And if the devil is a liar and manipulator, why is he also pushing the "we are all African," the transatlantic slave trade story? So if a person who is a known liar and a deceiver, a manipulator, if whatever they are doing, whatever they support, I have to question anything they support, and you should too. But because we become loyal and we actually believe the story, we would tell the liar, the manipulator, we can agree with people who are liars and manipulators. We can agree that they are telling the truth on this one. I don't understand your way of thinking. Now, many of us are on Facebook, like myself, and there are many groups people have created on many various topics. And there are many pro-black Afrocentric type groups. Well, I'd rather join this one called Afrocentric Psychology. The psychology of Afrocentrics, black studies or whatever. Thousands of people are a part of this group. And if you say something they don't like, you can have maybe 100 people coming at you. Well, I don't care. I don't care about all that. Because, see, I am used to going to places by myself. Even when I was in the Nation of Islam, I would go into a church. I would go into the Jehovah's Witness, I forgot what they call their places, Kingdom Halls. I would go into a bar. It don't make no difference. I was confident, had plenty of faith, educated on what my position was. I could go anywhere by myself and bring the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. So, going by myself and dealing with a whole lot of people at one time don't bother me in the least. I'm very confident in what I present on this platform I call the Reality's Temple on Earth. It was not created in 4 or 5 minutes. What you're looking at is a process that took 40 years in order to evolve to where we find it today. But the key to all of this is self-thinking, and nothing. I've never allowed myself to be put in a position where I am a know-it-all and everything I say is the truth. When I believed in Elijah Muhammad, I believed in Elijah Muhammad, but also I kept it open that this might not be the ultimate truth. So I go into these groups, this particular group called Afrocentric Psychology. I go in by myself, and a conversation ensues over a post that I place. And so the questioning begins. Now, what I love, and the thing about being in a debate or a discussion, is that my opponents, those who wish to try to refute, debunk what I have to say, they are always on the defensive. I am always on the offensive before they can deal with one particular inquiry. I'm ready to shoot them with another. So this is an Afrocentric group. One of my main questions that they never answer, and I challenge any of you, let's go on Skype, let's go on Google Hangout, any of you who want to show your face. I don't want to mess with faceless people. I want to see your face, look me in the eye, let's debate this, and I want you to show me, teach me. I'm open for you to teach me, but I know that you can't. My mind is open. I've heard it all before. I'm ready for you. People keep telling me and getting angry, want to call me some African. Well, if you take a DNA test, you can take a DNA test, and if you watch Maury Povich, you will find that many times they would tell you, I don't care what you look like, the test all may say you are not the father. But how can this child look like that guy? You are not the father. So we can't go by DNA tests. DNA tests cannot tell you, can only tell you what species you belong to. DNA tests can, or what makes a DNA test effective is that we have current modern information. When you start going thousands and thousands of years and you talking about what tribe you come from, DNA cannot tell you what tribe you come from, because the same people with the same DNA can be in both tribes. It cannot tell you what country you come from and all this kind of good stuff. The only thing you can do is guess based on your connection to a living person, because tribes and nations and land masses do not have DNA. So they want to call me an African. Cool. What African am I? There are over 50 nations on that continent. There are many various varieties of people on the continent. Who are you talking about? They never say what African people they talking about. They never specify. If I'm going to make that claim, I would tell you I'm a Zulu. Not only will I tell you I'm a Zulu, you will see me transforming myself from an American Negro to a Zulu. And my transformation would be so tough, the Zulu people themselves who actually live in Africa, they couldn't tell me from them. But y'all don't do that. Y'all just y'all flossing. That's what it's called. You're flossing. Perpetrating the fraud, faking the funk. So they go on to tell me about being an African. I have to understand my racial identity. Race was created by races. We are the victims of racism. Why would we be concerned with having a racial identity? I have to understand my culture identity. There are many cultures. A culture means a way of life. The way that you socialize, the arts, your culture, your music, how you live. There are various ways that people live on that continent. What you talking about? You have to understand the unification of Africa. Africa, those people on that continent have never been united. Never. At no time. And the so-called black Americans, the people of soul right here, they don't give a damn. They don't care anything about unification. Just like the dark skin. That's something that dark skinned people do. They don't care anything about unity, even if it means their demise. Even if they have a common enemy, they would rather be destroyed. And this is what I present to them, that they don't even begin to refute. I'm telling us that we are not so-called Africans. We are not the natives of this land. What the dark-skinned people of this country is, we are like the nectarine. The nectarine is a grafted fruit. It is a mixture of a peach and a plum. People love nectarine. What's wrong with being a nectarine? But you cannot call a nectarine a peach. You cannot call it a plum. You cannot call the American dark-skinned people. You cannot call us no Africans. You cannot call us the natives. We are like the nectarines. So then they ask me, how you got to belong to something. You got to have roots. Well, you don't get roots. Roots, you have to start off with a seed. And the seed spread the roots. You mean to tell me we are so stupid and dumb that we cannot develop our own uniqueness just like the nectarine? You mean to tell me that we got all this intelligence, but we don't have the ability to look at ourselves and create our own, just like everybody else in the past have created their own cultures and identity? Then they want to present all these books. They don't have minds of their own. They want to make reference to books. I said, well, look, y'all read the books already. Just answer my questions. Just refute and debunk the things that I say with valid, credible, logical thinking or evidence. But see, our problem is we love lies. We get a hold of these things that we believe is true, and then it hurts when they are exposed as having error and flaw or being outright false. And we don't want to accept it because we put a lot of energy in being Afrocentric. We put a lot of energy in being a black Muslim and a Christian and Kemetic and all that. And here comes somebody like me to come and expose and show all the flaws. It hurts us because we put a lot of time and energy and we really think that we got it, but we don't. So many of us would rather continue to live the lie, to continue to spread the fabrication, the falsehood, the wrong. And you should be shaming yourself, because we should be trying to be the best that we can be. How can you be the best that you can be if you are a liar? So they ask me, if you don't believe in African, you are African and African spirituality and all this, why are you in this group? And they're asking me this over and over again, being redundant. But that is because they don't have no answers to what I'm presenting. But I simply say, I'm bringing this to your group. I bring this to a church. I bring this everywhere that I go to challenge your mind to think. But you don't want to think. But I'm challenging. People have the right to be exposed to a different variety of ways of looking at things, unless you are looking for slaves. And see, that's the bottom line. You want some Afrocentric slaves, you want some Kemetic slaves, some Islamic slaves, some Nubian slaves. That's the bottom line. You are no better than your slave master. You are no better than the conqueror, because the conqueror, his only interest was slaves, and that's what you want. You want converts. You want slaves. And that is not what this ministry represents. I want you free physically. I want your mind free, so you can become independent. You're not dependent on me or some God or anything. And you become a lover of your true self, not because of something somebody painted for you to become. To be truthful, I could make this video less than 2 minutes probably, really. Because really, there's only a few words you really need to say on this subject about black women and their weaves, women wearing makeup and all this stuff. You need to get more natural. You have a lot of folks out there, you need to be more natural. You need to look more African. Let me tell you something. Okay. I could actually make this video 2 minutes long, probably 3 minutes, by simply saying this. You don't let nobody tell you what to wear. You don't let nobody tell you how to think. Ain't nobody your damn slave. If you want to wear weave, you wear it. If you want to wear gold teeth in your mouth, you wear it. This is your body. This is you. Whatever you feel you want to do, you do you. You don't let nobody in their self-righteousness, their arrogancy, or whatever they want to bring to you, tell you how to live your life and tell you what to do. Tell them to go to hell. That's my advice. That includes me. That includes anybody who has the nerve to tell you what to do with your life. This is your life. This is your body. I'm not going to tell a woman, don't abort that baby. That's her body. That's your choice. Whatever you want to do. Now, there's a difference between trying to tell somebody what to do and try to give somebody advice. And you don't do it with an arrogant tone, like you somebody's daddy, somebody's mama, somebody's slave master. You do it with sincerity coming from your heart. These bastards don't do that. They want to try to tell you and run your life. Get the hell out of here. I'm not about that. And you will never hear me trying to tell people what to do with your life. The only thing that I present to us is advise us and suggest to us, and I give you the reason of why I'm saying this to you, and I'm doing it out of caring and love. And if you reject it, that's fine with me. You do you. I will still love you. I will still care about you. I'm not going to call your children nigglets. I'm not going to call you a whore. I'm not going to call you a bitch. I'm not going to call you a thug. I'm not going to call you nothing except my soul brother and sister. Point blank. You tell these people to go to hell. That's the bottom line. That's why I put in my little box, parental discretion is advised, because you're just going to have to come raw with these idiots. Now let's start from a place. Now, you want the black woman or anybody, you want the sisters, the black woman, the soul sisters, wear your hair natural. I don't want you to get them weaves out of your hair or whatever. You want to go back to nature. Well, let's be technical about it. If you want to be natural, then you don't need to wear clothes. You was not born with any clothes on. So why are you wearing clothes? That's not natural. You want to go back to nature, go back to being pure naked. And at one time, that's how people ran around. They did not wear no kind of clothes, pure naked. That's how they done things. Now, in the course of human evolution, somewhere down the line, and also, we must take in consideration when you talk about natural, let the hair grow all over your body. We have hair all over our body, just like a bear, just like a dog, just like a cat. Your hair is just not long like that. But clearly, at one time, we had hair all over our bodies. Now you keep tripping off all this God religion crap, like we came out of the sky and you had clothes on and you knew how to build roads and you wore, and you wore fine clothes and rows of gold. That's a bunch of garbage, fictional, delusional stuff. We, the human beings, evolved from somewhere. And the way that we are born gives us a sign where we come from. We evolved in a bag of water. And we look like a little fish. That lets you know that we came, and we came not out of the universe somewhere. And if we did come from up out of the universe somewhere, it had to have water. We developed in water. And then you have hair all over your body like any other animal. But we lost it as we evolved because of our human brain. We learned how to use, well, we killed animals. We took their fur and wrapped it around us. We learned how to use fire, and we don't have no need for all this hair. So eventually it starts falling away unless we live in colder areas. And those persons who live in colder areas, if you notice, they are more hairy. Those who live in more humid environments don't have that much hair, but we have hair all over our bodies. We did not drop out of the sky and become like this. And when we are small, when we are little, we can't even walk. We have to crawl on our all fours, just like any other animals did. You crawl on your all fours. Then you learn how to stand up. That shows our evolution. We don't want to look at ourselves. We think we better than the goat and the bear and the swallow and the sparrow and the robin and the deer and the elephant. We think that we're better. No, you're not. You're supposed to have a higher intelligence, but you don't even use that. The scientist said the human being only used 10% of your brain. So hell, you only use 10% of your brain, and that's what makes you more highly evolved than the animals. You're not doing very well. You're not doing very good. But the human being found ways to protect ourselves against the elements, and we start putting on fur, and we start to cover our bodies with certain things. And then we just didn't settle with just covering our bodies. We began to fashion the fur or the whatever materials we use to cover our bodies. We wanted the fur to look appealing to the eye. We wanted our fur, whatever we use, to be attractive to other people. It's called adornment. It's called adornment, adorning the body. Earrings in the ear, that's adorning your body. When you're perfectly naked, you adorn your body by building your muscle. Look, honey, look at my muscle. Look how fine my breasts are. Look at my butt. I've been working out. You adorn your body. You want to show everybody that you're in shape. You adorn your body. You don't have nothing else. So you adorn your body. You want to show people that you physically fit. Then when we have clothes, we want to cover up our unfitness. So you got this little belly and you sagging or whatever. Put those clothes and they make you look more finer, make you look more attractive. And that's what happened during human evolution. We start to try to change ourselves to attract, really basically, from females to attract males. And in the natural world, you'll see more color. And you'll see more of being made up from males trying to attract females. But of course, in the human being, in the way that we evolved, you see women trying to attract men by wearing certain clothes and adorning themselves in certain ways to attract men. We adorn ourselves and we do things to ourselves to attract other people, and we do things to ourselves because maybe we look at something about ourselves that we want to change that we don't like. And that's all weave is. Weave is trying to change something you don't like. You're a sister, you don't have a long hair, so you get the weave and now you have long hair. And you use the makeup to try to make yourself, you have splotches in your face, you can use that makeup. Makeup. To make up for what you don't have. Made up. to make you something that you're not. Makeup to make you something that you're not. Makeup to make up for something that you don't have. And this was not really something that dark-skinned women went overboard with. But when you look at the Caucasian female, she does not have lips, really. So she used the lipstick to make her some lips. She don't have butt, so she has to design her dresses in a manner to make it look like she has some butt and whatever. And she makes up her face to make up for what she don't have. You already have color. She don't have color. So she has to put all these different colors on her face to make a face, because she don't have a face. Do you understand? But see, the problem here is, a lot of us, we go overboard because you buy the weave, and you got to get the weave all the way down to your butt. It's blonde, it's green, it's red, white, and blue. We get plastic surgery, we go overboard. Michael Jackson is a famous example of plastic surgery gone bad, and we go overboard with things. Why do we do this? We do this. Not only the black woman. Why do we do this? Not because of the black man. Why do we do this? Why do we do these different things? Because we're trying to be like our conquerors. And you should know that. The black woman, we have been indoctrinated, and every day we look at these images of Caucasian people. And so certainly the sisters, they want to take their hair, and you know how Becky Sue, she takes her hair and she swings it back, and oh, it's all in my eye. Oh my goodness. And she takes the hair, and so sisters get her afro or your little short kinky hair, and you want to try to do it, it won't work. But they make it look cool, you know, taking the hair. And then the brothers, the soul brothers, you see the successful Caucasian businessman, he gets his Ferrari, he has the big house and the mansions and all that kind of, you want to do the same thing. So the only thing you cried about what black women do, soul sisters do, and the black men want to do the same thing, and you want to copy your slave master. Your idea of success. Look at your leaders. The ones that's pro-black. Look how they live. You so pro-black, you so African. Are they living like any kind of Africans that you know of? Whatever, you know, African is a continent. Are they trying to live like people in Nigeria or Somalia or Liberia or the Congo? They are trying to live and living like Europeans. That's what the whole thing is about. How are you going to get angry at black women wearing weaves when all of us are trying to copy and be white folks? Explain that to me. You got some damn nerve. Dark Europeans, that's all of us. That's all we know. Even the ones that talk about, oh, you're African, I'm African. When you look at them, what kind of African, what are they trying to, they're not trying to be no kind of African. Your idea of success is the same way your slave master, how he views success. You want to be rich. You want to be successful. That's all on your mind. Being rich, material stuff, material thing, the same way your slave master, you think the same way. So you have this group of men messing with these sisters. Now I want to make something perfectly clear. But I'm really hard on the brothers because you're supposed to be men. I've never, in my whole life growing up, I've never heard men blame women for their problems. I don't care if that man was drunk. I don't care if he was a drug addict. I don't care if he was a college professor or whatever he was. I never heard black men talk about black women created the ghetto. I've never heard black men call their own children nigglets. I don't care what you think about the parents. These children did not ask to be brought into this world. They have not done nothing. And you're going to call our babies nigglets. You son of a... Woo! Boy. You make somebody want to take out a pistol and blow your brains out. You're so silly and stupid and childish. You will attack a woman. You will attack women, but when a man steps to you, you get all silent and you crumble because you know you don't have a leg to stand on. Because I'm supposed to be on your side with your nonsense. I'm not going to be on your side. You came from a single black. My mother was married, punk. My mother was married. So what's your excuse? And what the hell are you? You are an example of somebody that come from a two-family home. You're a punk. Most of y'all on YouTube, you're hiding your face behind a picture. A bunch of cheerleaders for people like Tommy Sotomayor and some of these other Negro trash. Who the hell are you to tell women the weaves? You ain't nothing but a dark European. You nothing but a white man with dark skin, your damn self. And if the women change, what they gonna get? What do they get out the deal? And see, this is the most pathetic part of the argument. You cannot please these suckers. Because if it's not weaves, if it's not makeup, it's going to be something else. Because I'm very sure at the first time, some of these sisters can cut their hair and have a little afro, wear their hair natural. But the first time one of these suckers that talk about black women need to wear their hair more natural, they need to stop wearing weaves. As soon as your dumb ass get angry, the first thing these suckers will say, you bald head bitch. Yeah, but her hair is natural. She can't wear it for losing. That's why I said in the beginning of my talk, you don't let nobody tell you what to do with yours. This your body. You don't let nobody tell you how to think. You are not going to be a slave to nobody. I don't give a damn if it's right or it's wrong. To hell with them. To hell with anybody trying to tell you what to do with your life. This is your life. Bad or good, live it the way you feel you want to live it. So they change. They stop wearing weaves or whatever. What do they get out the deal? So what about you? If the black women, soul sisters, supposed to stop wearing weaves and look more natural, what's the benefit? Now what? What? How do they benefit? What's up? What about you? What you gonna change? Oh, you're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. How the hell can you, as messed up as black men, soul brothers in this country are, how the hell you got the nerve to tell somebody to make a change, tell them what they should and should not do when you have done nothing for yourself? You don't have a pot to piss in. Nobody respects us in this country. Nobody. You don't even respect your damn self. But you want the black woman, for some reason, she's supposed to respect you. Nobody respects you. You are damn loudmouth. You would kill another black man. You would kill a soul brother, but you ain't gonna do nothing to nobody else. You would kill a black woman. You would kill a black child. But you won't do nothing. You will work hard as hell and fight and die for the white man, but you won't do nothing for your own people. You don't have a pot to piss in. Another man is giving you a pot so that you can put your urine in. And you crying about some weaves. Or weaves is the least of our problems. The number one priority needs to be to liberate yourself from an oppressor. I don't care about a woman wearing blonde hair, pink hair, no hair, or whatever she want to do with her hair. I could care less. I don't care. You got suckers shooting your children down in the street. You don't know if you can get a job or not because you might be discriminated because of your skin color. The same stuff that we have been dealing with ever since we've been living with these races. And matter of fact, if you really look at it, all these problems, these suckers want to blame everything on the black woman. The black woman did this and the black woman done that. And if you go back 40 years, the black woman has been leading the black community. The black woman been leading the black community for the last 40 years. All this nonsense. You take black men out of the equation. You talk about the nigglets, our poor babies. She can't make a baby by herself. Don't sleep with her. Don't mess with her. And all these suckers that's talking that as soon as you get a chance, you be hopping your ragged ass in the bed with her. While you talking all this crazy stuff. Matter of fact, that's your problem. You angry because she don't want you. And I don't blame her, because if I was a woman, I wouldn't want your punk, coward, dumb, silly looking self either. You don't have a pot to piss in. Sleep with you for what? These black men make soul brothers look so bad. You are nasty. You're vulgar. You're profane. You're violent towards your own women and children and other men. You want to try to force your silly ways on other people, but you don't want to do nothing to change yourself. What are you doing to change the way that you are? Ain't nothing wrong with you, I guess. But see, it's very simple. It's called love. L-O-V-E, love. Y'all don't know nothing about that. You talk to people crazy. You insult. You're vulgar and you're nasty. You're disrespectful. It's called L-O-V-E, love. It's very difficult for a black woman. It's very difficult for a soul sister. It's very difficult for a soul child. It's very difficult for almost anybody if you show them love. Unless, of course, you are Caucasian people, because Dr. King and the Civil Rights Movement showed the Caucasian people love, and you see what happened. They murdered them. But we're not talking about loving Caucasian people. We're talking about bringing love to our own. This woman is not your enemy. Our children are not nigglers. They are not our enemy. We should show our people love. And because of love, see, this is it. This is what you don't understand. When a person begins to love you, when a person begins to care about you, this soul sister, this black woman, she loves us. You don't want to be loved because you tripping on some weave, you tripping on some makeup, you tripping on some frivolities. Who gives a damn? But you don't love her. You don't love yourself enough to bring honor to yourself. You're living in another man's house, a racist man's house that don't love you. You want her to respect you, but you don't do nothing for her. She has to go to the white man for everything. White man, give me a job. White man, give me some welfare. Give me some Similac for my children. Give me some corn. Give me some beans. Give me a steak. She can't ask you for a damn thing. And you are in her face talking about, what about that weed? You need to be more natural. Get your silly... Ooh. Oh, calm down, calm down. You can't expect a lot from people. The only thing they ever known is slavery. I don't care if you're pro-black. I don't care if you're black conscious or whatever. I'm surrounded by slaves. That's the reason why you can't move forward, because you're having a problem getting out of this slave mind. If you was free, you know your best friend is that woman, and you want her to fall in love with you. Because when she fall in love with you, and you don't have to make mockery of her and talk about her like a dog, pretty soon you'll see her take that weave out of her hair. She'll stop wearing red, white, and blue weave and contacts and all this other stuff. Because she know being natural, she's pretty to you and beautiful to you. She'll begin to do it on her own. You don't have to force her to do nothing. She'll do it on her own because she loves you. And you will be patient with her. And you don't trip off of that. And you'll wait on her. Because you love her. And you'll stop calling your own babies nigglets. And you'll stop calling brothers, sisters, coons and Uncle Toms and thugs and all this other crap that y'all make up. We don't know how to love nobody. And you don't know how to love nobody because you're a dark European and you have the same behavior and the same attitude as your massa. He's the same kind of way. And you think and act the same kind of way. You don't realize it. One slave can't tell another slave a damn thing. You a slave just like me. How the hell you gonna tell a slave to take weave out of their hair? You don't have no authority. Who the hell are you? Only massa can tell me to take the weave out of my hair. You ain't massa. The sad thing is that you really do love this black woman, weave and all. It reminds me of when we were children and you really like somebody, but you treat them bad. But you treat them bad because you don't know how to express yourself to show that you love them. You don't know how to tell them you love them. You don't know how to tell her, look, I love you. She don't know how to come to you, I love you. So we have a lot to work on. We have to come out of this childish mentality. We have to come up out of the slave mentality. We have to learn how to love. And when you love, you're willing to fight and die and sacrifice for one another. And that's what makes us strong. And that mindset will cause us to get up out of the condition that we find ourselves in almost overnight. And nobody can stop them. Nobody can stop us. The only one stopping us is ourselves because we refuse to grow up. Scared to get out of this cracker's house. Scared to leave his way of life. We refuse to use our brain. We refuse to love. And the first real dark-skinned activist. She is coming to New York City, Harlem, tongue-tied, November the 4th. And the information is in the description box. If you are in New York City, support the sister, get a ticket, enjoy yourself, and report to us how you like it or how you didn't like it or whatever. We need to support one another. And on the real, this is the reality's tip on earth. That's for sure. but I am not the original dark-skinned activist. But I am the mighty one, Angel Snub 7, and I am your soul brother number one, Taalik Ibn'rad. Okay, I hope that we are all enjoying our Labor Day weekend. If you have a job or you don't have a job, or maybe perhaps we need to create a job, you know, I wish everyone a very peaceful Labor Day weekend. Unfortunately, there are those of us like myself, we are not going to have a 3-day weekend. So, with that said, I'm very grumpy, and I need to get this off my chest. This is not like a rant video, but I want to get this off my chest before my weekend is over. Now, what we want to talk about? Well, the title says it all. Why do the people of soul use profanity? Well, we should know why we do things. We should know why we use profanity. Now, to make a confession about myself, I really never liked profane words. I grew up in an environment where people, you know, the adults that was around me, they used profane language. I thought it sounded dumb. Now here I am, a child. I'm watching adults, and I MF this and kiss my this, and you know those profane things that we love to say. And then it becomes a custom, and we become used to it, and we just start doing it. And I heard all these adults, and I'm like, that sounds stupid and dumb. So as a child, as a teenager, I didn't want nothing to do with that type of language. I'm going to learn English, and I'm going to learn it in the best of manner. Even though I know some of you want to be smart and want to show me how intelligent you are. Oh, English is a bastard language anyway. It comes from this and who cares? We speak English, and we know that profanity is the worst form of the English language. Where did it come from? Let's check this out. Let me go back to me first. Now, I confess, I might use the word damn. I don't think that's really a profane word. And I might use the word ass now and then. I don't think that's really a profane word. And in the manner that I use these words, I'm not trying to degrade or make mockery. I'm trying to put emphasis on something. I'm not just running around all la-di-da, calling people and kiss my and MF this. If you know me, or even if you watch my videos, you see that is not what is happening. I'm not profane like that. Matter of fact, the only reason why I might use the word damn or ass now and then is because back in the day, I tried being a comedian. I was doing pretty good. In fact, I opened up for that Caucasian guy. What's his name? He used to host Am I Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Jeff Foxworthy, before he got to that point in his career, I opened up for him. So, but I just didn't really like doing the stand-up comedy thing. I was doing pretty decent, and I was offered management and all that. Just not my thing. But the people of soul, and what brings me to this topic is that I was in a store, and while I was standing around in the store, you know, you listen to people on their cell phones, and people are just talking, and I MF this and that nigga that. You know, we just profane, and that beat and kiss my. I'm like, wow, where is this coming from? This vulgarity is passed on from generation to generation. How is this possible? Okay. First of all, let us understand this. Profanity is the language of the illiterate. It is the language of the uneducated. Profanity was created. Profanity is designed to be vulgar, to be nasty, to degrade, and to humiliate. There's nothing beautiful about profanity. That's not the purpose of profanity. The purpose of profanity is to humiliate, degrade, make mockery, and so forth. It is the language of the uneducated and the illiterate. Profanity is used because a person, due to their inability to think properly or clearly, it's sort of like a filler. You have ground beef, and then you put breadcrumbs and eggs or whatever, breadcrumbs, and you put some other stuff in there to fill, because you want a hamburger, but you don't want to give people 100% meat. So you fill it out, you put some other stuff that will make the hamburger look like it's 100% for real, but it's been filled up with some stuff that's not beef. Profanity is used because the person who uses it is unable to express him or herself. So they use these words and MF this and kiss my. It's a filler. They are unable to express themselves. They have a communication problem. Where did the people of soul, where did the black man and woman in America, how did we become profane? Of course, we became profane due to integration with the profane. We learned it from the races. We learned it from our slave master. However, if you look at any slave documentary or taking any history courses in talking about slavery or whatever, if you notice, the slave did not use profanity. If I'm incorrect, please tell me. I've heard and seen no signs, nobody ever said or wrote that slaves was running around, well, massa, kiss my, and lick my, and all this kind of. You don't hear slaves talk like that. But upon the integration, or once the people become free and they begin to interact and begin to intermingle with the races who use these profane words and they exhibit these profane behaviors, the people of soul, the slaves, begin to pick up the same traits, just like your children. If you smoke, if you drink, if you cuss or curse or use profane, vulgar, if you're a nasty person, however you are, your children are watching you. And your children pick up these things. Now, I was an exceptional child because I watched the adults around me. They was cussing, they was drinking, they was doing all this other stuff. I was not interested. I rejected all that. I didn't want nothing to do with it. But most children in these households, if the parents swear, if they drink, if they smoke, if they use drugs, the children want to do the same thing. So once the slave was made physically free and was able to do things that a slave could not do, then you notice that the people of soul, we began to pick up these negative traits from these races. Now we cuss like a sailor. Matter of fact, we probably cuss more and worse than they do. Once we become integrated into this society, as far as I know, there was no homosexual or gay, lesbian slaves. Why is that? There was no pedophiles. As far as I know, you can show me different, but all these things, there was no drug addicts. And slaves did get drunk, but there was no alcoholics, because massa ain't going to allow a slave to get so drunk he can't do his work. That didn't happen. The slave might have got drunk now and then on occasion, but he was not allowed to drink to the point where the slave became an alcoholic. So we get all this negative, nasty stuff from the races, from our oppressors, from the conquering. And many of you are pro-black, many of you are black power, black conscious, and y'all cuss worse than anything. And then you talk about black culture and all like that. But here you, every day, you show how you are just like your slave master. with your cussing and you vulgar and you're nasty just like them. Now this is what I noticed. And I'm going to call this a wrap. This is what I noticed. This does not go for everybody, but this is what I noticed. Everybody who uses profane language, they cuss and they're vulgar and nasty. This is what I noticed. Most times, there are exceptions. So don't say this is everybody. But I'm going to tell you, really, if you look at it, you will see this. Those who use profanity, those who are vulgar and nasty like that, they don't have good character. You better watch them, because profanity is a sign that something is wrong. Something is wrong. I don't care how much they smile. Something is wrong with you when you find that there's something good about cussing all the time. And I MF this and your mother this and kiss my and your bitch and all this stuff. Back when I was growing up, some adults would at least try not to use profane language and be vulgar and nasty in front of the children. Now in 2017, we don't give a care. We just do anything. We just foul. We just dirty. Where did we get this from? Not from ourselves. We get it because we've been integrated with the foul, dirty, nasty, vulgar, disgusting people, and we become just like them, watching them just like a child watch their dirty, filthy parents. If their parents are clean, their parents show respect to others, chances are you'll see the children do the same. Which is not always the case, because you have people who grow up and have beautiful parents, and beautiful parents can still raise a child or nurture a child. I don't know how it happens, but one of the most worst people on the planet, it could be. So I just wanted to talk about that, because we really need to stop. We need to clean up ourselves. You talk about building a nation. You talk about trying to be better. How are we going to get better being worse? You foul-mouthed, and you're nasty, and you're disgusting, and you're vulgar. Why you want to keep doing that? And some of you are proud. You get on, especially when you get angry, and I MF this, and you think you're really hurting somebody's feelings. It's so childish. Illiterate, uneducated. You sound so stupid. But then, the black man is God. I'm a king. I'm a queen. And all this other stuff. So contradictory. It don't make any sense. No, what you are is a slave. That's your problem. You're still a slave.